afternoon. Today is Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. Yet another episode of The Winning Window, our countdown to 2020. And we are on week 30 today. Wow, just 22 more weeks to go, guys. So what's up with you? What's happening? For me, I just love the transformations. I love the change in your reality and the changes that you're making in your life. I love when you send me those comments. I love when you share the video. I love when you send me an email on how are you changing your life and how are you redesigning your life and what more topics would you like me to address. You know, it really makes me feel great about the life that I'm living. And today I want to discuss about this only. So I think for the very longest of period now, I remember that I'm designing, I'm redesigning and redesigning and redesigning my life and transforming constantly for myself. Because if there are certain areas of my life that are not working for me, I'm not expecting somebody else to come and change it for me. I'm doing it myself. And the objective of all my workshops that I do, all the vlogs probably, or all the books that I have written and writing, or the videos that I'm doing right now are all revolving around the transformations, because my work allows me to help people to change their life, to change and redesign it the way they want to redesign it. So today I'm here to talk to you about the redesigning, but basically before you look at the redesigning of your life, you need to understand that redesigning has to happen in multiple areas of your life. Am I right? Yeah, let me explain you what I mean by that, okay? So when you say that you want to redesign your life, sometimes we only wonder that maybe physical reality has to change, that there are certain things that you don't like in your life, like maybe your body, maybe your business or your career, maybe the money that you have, maybe the relationships that you have, your health. Maybe those are the tangible things, tangible aspects of your life that you see and you feel that I would really like to transform this. I don't like this, right? But much before the physical aspect comes in place, okay, the tangible aspect comes in place, there are three other aspects that one needs to work on to redesign the life: spiritual, mental, and emotional. Spiritual, mental, and emotional, these are the three most important intangible aspects you need to redesign and then change your, and you know what, almost that then probably you don't really need to changes in, it'll automatically go into your physical reality and it'll change for you. So today I'm going to discuss on the topic of one of the members of our community has written down that she has said that I want to see how do I get out of the fear, get out of the fear of doing something new or preparing myself to design my life the way I want. And thank you so much for giving me that topic. And I'm going to talk about it today in terms of what is it, how is it that you can convert your fear into the fuel that can launch your life onto the higher altitude. Let me repeat it once again, okay? How to convert your fear into the fuel that can launch your life on the higher altitude. So I'm going to talk about this more, but before that, it's funny, slightly funny, I would say. It's funny, and I want to share one secret with you, okay? Today, the biggest secret that I want to share with you about my life is, for the longest of time that I never feared that I will fail, okay? I never feared that I will fail, but I feared, what if it works? What if I become successful? How many of you can resonate with that? Yeah, how many of you can resonate with that? That what if it works and what if I'm successful? What all things will happen? We've been brought up, the society, or you can say the economics or the academics or the religious views impose on us that, if you change or if you become successful, the next impact is going to happen on the people around you. You might lose your friends, you might lose your relatives, you might lose your family because you no longer then belong to them. or they may not like it, or they may not understand you. So many times, it's more than a fear of failure, it's more than a fear of being successful. Okay, so before I started my journey on this, I want you to be okay with that element of fear that you're facing right now, or it's there in front of you. Because the moment you address that element, the moment you look at that fear, let me tell you this, it'll automatically start dissipating, or it'll start eliminating and dissolve into the nothingness from where it came from. Yes, fear comes from the nothingness, because if you see, working on this fear is working on your mindset. Working on your mindset around money, working on the mindset around your body. I would rather say it's mine, okay? How I dealt with this fear. So when I was working on this fear, when I was working on my mindset about the money, I was working on my body, I was working on my voice, I was working on my identity, okay? I was working on my receiving of abundance and joy and self-worth, the worthiness to receive the love and the fame and the popularity and the things that should come to me. Being a woman, okay, being a woman, it was the biggest barrier in my space, that being a woman and outside in the man's world, because that's how I was taught as a child that it's a man's world, and if you want to create a space for yourself, it's tough, and I had to work on that. I had to work on my mindset as a wife, as a daughter, as a mother, and the multiple roles that I play. So my mindset of me being successful, and what if I lose all this that I already have? It's a huge thing. It may seem like simple, but it's not easy. Yeah, it may look like simple, but it's not easy. And when I was on that journey, I was peeling this one by one, this layers of my mindset, which was stopping me from becoming who I am today, or becoming that best version of me at any given time. It's like removing those shackles one after another that can take my journey to next level. And I'm going to teach you the same thing today. How I did it with myself, I'm going to teach you the same thing today. And again, as I said, that when you are in this journey, and you begin, and you sometimes feel that wow, something from the magic heaven will come and some magic will happen and boom, my life is changed. Well, that's not going to happen. Let me tell you that that's not going to happen, because it's never that drastic change. Okay, it's never that drastic change at a time. It's that 1 degree at a time. 1 degree shift, 1 degree shift, 1 degree shift. You keep doing this every single day. They say it takes 21 days to change a habit, and it takes 90 days to change the lifestyle. Yeah, and I'm a living proof of it, because you do it 1 step at a time, remove 1 shackle at a time, do 1 thing at a time, and you will see that your life is changing completely. When I started my journey and today, my life is barely recognizable now. Yeah, it's barely recognizable, and I feel that what I was when I started the journey and what I am today is completely different. I feel so much better in every area of my life. Now, do I have the fear? Yes, I do still have the fear. Maybe not fear of where I am today, but maybe the fear of where I want to go. It's normal, it's natural. But can I do something about it? Yes, of course I can do something about it. The moment I take the action towards the goal that I have decided for myself, I can easily come out of my fear, because fear is nothing else but false evidence appearing real. And you must have read it, heard it everywhere. Now, fear is not in your present. It's not in this moment. It's coming either from your past that has happened in your life, whatever has happened, where you probably set yourself on a journey and you failed, or something went wrong in that journey and you became fearful, oh my God, this is not for me. Or the fear could be of the future. Like if you don't have anything of the past, there could be a future that you're anticipating. What if I go on this path and what if something goes wrong? But let me tell you, my friends, like fear is only an emotion. It's an emotion like compassion, joy, sadness, all of this, right? The fear is just an emotion. But what we do is we give more power to that fear, that emotion, and that finally that emotion takes over and becomes overpowering to you. Now what will happen once it becomes overpowering is, it will, even if there is no, you don't have an evidence of that fear coming true, you will have the body symptoms. The fear is going to paralyze you, and you will suddenly feel that, oh my God, I can't take the next step. Now, does it happen to you that you are in a room somewhere? Maybe you played a dark room in the childhood. If you're in the room somewhere, or maybe, you're just standing somewhere and somebody comes and does that bow to you. And you suddenly go like, oh my God, what happened types. And once that happens, you see your breathing stops. You kind of like hold your stomach, it kind of makes you feel totally paralyzed at that moment, till it dawns on you that, okay, everything is fine. Right? It's the same thing. Because every time you hit a fear or you hit the wall, you get in the space of, oh my God, and you stop breathing and it paralyzes you. What do you do in that moment? Okay, what do you do in that moment? It's very simple, that you have to tell yourself again and again, remind yourself, the moment you hit this fear, that fear is just an emotion. And what will I do? What will I do if I look at this emotion objectively? So immediately start asking yourself the question, why do I have this fear? If you observe when you're in a fear, and the conversations you have with yourself are all conversations that are going to increase your worry, your anxiety, your depression, sadness, and all that. Oh my God, how can I handle this, right? But when you calm down a little bit, and if you ask yourself a different question in terms of, how do I change this in my life? How do I change this situation? What can I do to make this happen? Now see, the moment you ask these questions, your brain is going to answer you differently. It's no more going to answer you, oh my God, you can't do it, this is not going to happen. All right, it might happen in the beginning because of the habit of your brain to give those answers to you, but eventually you will not have those answers. Your brain will force itself to give you different answers. And that's the key, asking yourself different question every time you hit that fear. The second solution for you is, whenever you have the fear, you have to ask yourself, what is that one thing that can I do right now to get out of this fear? So take action. Take one action at a time, and then one action at a time, and then one action. And you, before even you know, you would have taken massive action in the direction that you want to go, and you would have left the fear behind. Let me tell you what's my definition of fear. Okay? You would like to listen to my definition of fear? My definition of fear is, face everything and roar. So whenever I hit the fear, I roar there and I go ahead and take that massive action. That's my solution to myself. See what works for you. The second thing I want you to understand is, for a minute, I want you to think about it, okay? For a minute, I want you to think in terms of, what if you don't have this fear, okay? What if you don't have this fear of, losing something, or, having not that perfect body, or not having that perfect relationship? Just keep it aside. For a moment, I want you to think it this way, that what would you do if you knew that you wouldn't fail? What would you do if you knew you have all the support on the earth? What would you do if you have all the money that you want or need? What would you do if you have that perfect health? What would you do if you have that best relationship? How would you play then? How would you play? Would you play small? Would you play big? What would you do? The moment you ask yourself these questions and tell your fear that I'm done with you, I'm done with you, and I want to play big. And the most important question you should ask yourself, the moment you start playing bigger, the moment you start playing differently, how are you going to impact the world differently? See, this is the most important question. The moment you impact the world differently, your life starts changing. Because then you have a bigger purpose of life. You have a bigger motivation of life, and you go roaring on the path that you have been stopping yourself from going. So I want you to think about this. If you do not have this problem, how would you answer these questions? Maybe take some time today after watching this video. Write down in your journal, what would you do if you have perfect relationships, you have perfect body, if you have perfect health, you have best of the best support system in your life, you have amazing money coming to you whenever you need it to play big. All of this, if this happens, what would you do in that case? Yeah, I want you to write down these things. I want you to say, I'm done to your fear, and embark on this new journey that you have so far have stopped yourself from going on. I want you to design your life. You asked me this question, how do I design my life? I want you to design your life. I asked you to write it down. I want you to take that pen in your hand and you become the author of your autobiography. Okay, you become the author of your autobiography. You unlock the source code within you that can transform your reality. The pen is in your hand. Now you better goddamn write that best of the best story for us to read. And I believe in you. I want you to write that story. Please keep sending the messages that you do. Keep sending the email. And if you have really answered these questions and you want me to view them, do send me the email and I will definitely get back to you on this. I'm watching you here. Every email I'm responding to, every comment I'm responding to. So please write, send a direct message. You can watch me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of these 3 platforms. Do connect and let me know for the next topic. I'll see you on the next week on Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. The Winning Window with yet another topic for you. Have a great afternoon and a great week ahead. See you. Bye-bye.